Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Meet Me on Main Street. On today's show, we'll be talking about my trip that's coming up, a 7-day stay at Walt Disney World. Today is April 21st, 2025, and this is episode 2 of the Meet Me on Main Street podcast. Let's do it. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your guy, Joey Belveduto, aka Nostalgic Belv. I hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're listening to this, whenever you're listening to this. I just hope you're having a great day. We're going to open up with some Disney news. If you're a big Thunder Mountain fan, here's the latest news. A new permit has been issued for the Rise refurbishment, and it looks like the timeline has been extended further into 2026. So if you're planning on a trip and hoping to hop on the wildest ride in the wilderness, you might have to wait a little bit longer. If you're a Disney Plus subscriber, listen up. Disney's offering an amazing deal for a stay at Disney's All-Star Sports Resort. You can book a room for as low as $99 per night, but there is a catch. This deal is only available from June 29th to July 31st, 2025. So if you're planning a summer trip, this is a fantastic opportunity to experience the magic at a great price. And of course, you know, I am a travel agent with 407 and Beyond. If you need help booking your next trip to Disney, Universal, a cruise, or really anywhere in the world, you could always reach out to me. I will leave links in the show notes, or you could even message me directly on my Instagram at BelvBooksMagic. To all the foodies out there, exciting news from Disney World. Victoria and Albert's has been awarded a Michelin star for the second year in a row. This prestigious recognition highlights their exceptional dining experience and top-notch culinary offerings. If you're planning a visit, this is definitely a must-try spot for an unforgettable meal. Epic Universe is set to open on May 22nd, and it's already creating a big buzz. Early access visitors are raving about it, calling it possibly the best park in the world. With incredible new attractions and immersive experiences, it looks like this park is going to be a game changer for the theme park fans. And that's it for the news today, guys. There really wasn't that much news going on this week. So we're going to jump right into my episode today, which is about how I am planning my trip to Disney. I'm going to be heading to Disney May 14th to the 21st are my reservations. I'm going to be staying at All-Star Sports Resort. I'm going to be staying with myself, my wife, and my 6-year-old son, Gino. And I'm also going to be taking the trip down there with my brother, Adam, his wife, and his son as well. And they will also be staying at the All-Star Sports. We booked this trip way back in October. The earlier you book your trip, usually the better deal you're going to get. But with that being said, Disney is always releasing new deals. So if a new deal does come up that ends up being better than what you currently have reserved, we can adjust your reservations to make sure that you are getting the best possible deal. That's pretty simple and pretty easy to do. When it comes to planning a trip, the first things first, you got to figure out the dates you're going to go. Now, does it correlate with work schedules? Are the kids in school? Are you trying to avoid crowds? That's usually the thing I try to do when I head down to Disney. Is the biggest thing is I want to avoid the crowds. So the first thing I do is I hop online, I go on Google, and I find a crowd calendar. They're pretty simple to find. You can go anywhere on Google, type in Disney crowd calendar, and there'll be a few different resources where you could check it out and see different colors for different dates. Usually red is what you want to stay away from. That means it's going to be pretty aggressive crowds. Yellow is going to be moderate. And then you have your green, which is usually a great day to go. So the first thing I try to do is figure out the best times to go. So when I looked at the calendar, we seen that May 14th to the 21st was roughly green. Now, another thing I'll throw in there too is even if not all of your days are green, let's say that the weekends are showing yellow and maybe even red, and you're going for a whole week. Me personally, I would try to plan putting your park days on the weekdays. Try to avoid the Fridays, the Saturdays, and the Sundays for your park days if possible, especially Magic Kingdom. because you're going to have a lot of the locals going on that day too. Maybe people are only taking a 3-day trip. They're doing a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I try to put all of my big park days during the week as much as I can. So Magic Kingdom for me on this trip is going to end up being on a Thursday, mainly because I'm just trying to avoid waiting in lines as much as possible. So one other thing I'm going to add is that I live in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and we are going to be driving down this time, and I'm looking at about a 16-hour plus ride. To be exact, my location right now to All-Star Sports is 16 hours and 12 minutes. Yes, I have drove down there before, but I'm going way back. It was 1999. I was probably about 5 years old. And it wasn't really me specifically doing the driving. It was my parents. So am I nervous about taking the drive down there? Yes. Does a 16-hour drive stink? Yes, it does. My wife and I are going to split the drive, and we plan on doing 4 hours each. So I will do 4 hours, she does 4 hours, then I do 4 hours, and she does 4 hours. And then by that time, hopefully, we're down in Florida. Very little bathroom breaks, very little food breaks, and we just get down there as fast as we can. So we're hitting the road on May 13th. I'm picking up boss man Gino from school about 3 o'clock. We're going to take him home, say, hey, buddy, use the bathroom, do what you got to do, and then we are hitting the road. I'm going to get a large playlist of music, podcasts, make sure the Nintendo Switch, the iPad, all of that's charged up for Gino. And then if all goes well, our ETA is going to be about 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on May 14th. In 2025, Disney has been offering a free water park admission on check-in day. Now, this is about a $75 value. If you were to go on Disney's website and buy one of these tickets, you're looking at about $74. And they're giving this away for free on check-in days right now. So are we going to feel up to going to the water park after a 16-hour drive? I don't know. Am I going to have that Disney spark inside me and maybe I'll just feel ready to just run to the park, jump in the pool, go on some slides for a little while, and then come back to the hotel? Maybe. I'm not sure yet. So we're going to play that off. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to pretty 50-50 on how I'm going to feel. But with that being said, we're going to go to the resort. We're going to unpack. We're going to unwind, maybe take a walk around the resort, see what's going on. This actually will be my first time staying at Disney's All-Star Resort. So I'd like to just get comfortable figuring out where everything is, maybe grab something to eat real quick. So I think for the most part, it's going to be a pretty much laid back, play it by ear type of day and see how we're feeling. But my main focus is to hopefully grab food for dinner at Wailulu, which is located at the Polynesian. One thing you guys are going to learn about me is I am a huge foodie. My wife and I own a restaurant up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I will say a lot of our food is heavily inspired by things that we have tried while we were down in Disney. There are a few things specifically that I'd like to try while we're at Wailulu, and one of them is the ahi tuna crisps, marinated ahi tuna, crispy fried wontons, and avocado crema with sriracha aioli and a soy glaze. That sounds really, really good. That's another thing on the main menu that sounds pretty good to me, which is just the straight up Wayfinder burger. 2 pressed patties, American cheese, onion jam, volcano sauce, sweet buns served with mac salad, or sweet potato fries. That sounds excellent. I think that's going to be a meal I'm going to crush first day one, as soon as we get there. And there's, of course, one other thing I'm interested in as well that I've had my eye on for a minute, and that is the banana old fashioned. I'm a guy who enjoys whiskey and bourbon, and I'm just really looking forward to trying that banana old fashioned out. So after all this, I'm pretty much expecting to be wiped. I think we're going to be pretty tired from the ride. We got our food in. We're going to be ready for bed. Going to head back to the resort, get all of our stuff ready for the next day, because we are going to rope drop Magic Kingdom on Thursday. This is going to be May 15th. And we have a few rides in mind. I talked to my brother, and the way that I usually plan is I don't want to have a minute-by-minute schedule. But at the same time, you got to have your staples that you need to get in before you leave the park that day. And for us, we talked about the Haunted Mansion, the Seven Dwarfs. I love the Monsters Inc. show. That's just something I always enjoy watching. Of course, Pirates, Tron, which my brother has never rode before, so we really want to try to get in Tron. And my wife loves the PhilharMagic. We don't have anything specifically planned for dining here. I think we're just going to kind of check out some cheeseburger egg rolls, maybe grab some Mickey pretzels. We're big on the popcorn buckets, so we'll probably get a bunch of those and fill them up. Just a snack on while we're waiting in lines. I think this day is going to be your basic Magic Kingdom day. We're going to just try to ride as many rides as we can. I think we'll probably try to finish with Tiana's Bayou sometime at the end of the night. And then we'll shoot over, watch the fireworks, and then head back to the resort, get ready for the next day. So this leads us to Friday, which is going to be May 16th. And we plan on spending our day here at Hollywood Studios. And I believe we're going to be rope dropping it. We're going to try to rope drop every park day we got, just because you get the best bang for your buck. I'm pretty sure we're going to invest into the multi-pass on this day because there's quite a few rides that we want to ride, and we want to make sure that we get them all in while we're here. Just a few to mention are the Millennium Falcon, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, the Rise of the Resistance, the Tower of Terror. We want to get the Muppets in because it'll be the last time we'll probably ever get to do it. Slinky Dog, and of course finish the night off with Fantasmic. My brother and I also made reservations for the Sci-Fi Drive-In, which is something I've never done before, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's definitely more of an experience than for the food, because the food, from what I hear, it's pretty basic. It's nothing too crazy, nothing in comparison to, where we're going to be eating the previous night at the Polynesian. But, there's definitely some good food options here, and the experience is what it's really all about. The last time we were in Hollywood Studios, Fantasmic got rained out, so I'm really hoping this time around, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm just hoping there's no rain and we could be able to see that Fantasmic show. I'd really like to show that to my son. My son has never seen it yet. So we're praying for no rain the day we go to Hollywood Studios. Now, going on to Saturday, which is going to be May 17th, we don't have anything planned for this day when it comes to parks. Like I said, I usually try to stay away from the parks on Saturdays and Sundays as much as I can, just because typically the crowds are usually a lot crazier. So my wife and I, we are big pin collectors. The last time we were in Disney, we heavily got into trading pins. And since then, I joined a bunch of Facebook groups, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and I wanted to continue trading pins even when I wasn't in the parks, when I was back home in Scranton. So I joined this pin group that is called Pin Trading Disney, and it's run by a guy named Richard Summers, who's also a very big pin collector. Now, he hosts, I believe, bi-monthly, a big pin event right outside of the resorts, usually at a local hotel. And that Saturday when we're going to be in, he will be hosting his pin event. So my wife, my son, and I, we're going to be going down to the event and checking it out, get some trades in, try to finish some of our sets, and just have a good time. It's something to do that's right outside of the parks, and it's something we've been looking forward to for a while now as well. I also have penciled in here that I would like to hit Disney Springs. There's a few things at Disney Springs specifically that I would like to hit this time around, and they are Polite Pig, Gideon's Bakehouse, and the Everglazed Donuts. Now, I haven't been to any of these things yet, and I've been hearing nothing but good about all three of them. So at some point on that Saturday, we are going to go down to Disney Springs, see what's going on, do a little shopping, grab some food, grab some cookies, some coffee, some peanut butter cold brew to be exact from what I'm hearing at Gideon's. And then after that, I do have some family down there in Orlando who moved down there not too long ago, and some of them actually got jobs in Disney World, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll have them on the show at some point. And we are going down there to visit for a barbecue. So I'm very much looking forward to that. This will be the first time we're visiting their home. I know they're excited about that as well. Shout out my Uncle Johnny, Ananias, my cousin Moose, and my cousin Morgan. Looking forward to seeing you guys. and it's going to be a really good day. So after that, we pretty much are just going to go back to the resort. We were talking about maybe checking out a movie if they have a movie going on outside. And then that's going to lead us into Sunday, which is pretty much an open day for us. Now, like I said before, I don't like going to parks on the weekends, but we're going to see what it's like, what the weather's like, what the vibe is, and we might try to hit a park on Sunday just to do some pin trading, just to walk around a little bit, kind of treat it more as a rest day, maybe do a little bit of resort hopping. So Sunday is kind of an open day, and I will say I think it's important to have open days when you go on vacation because you never know how you're going to feel. You don't want to go to Disney, cram it all in, and then feel like you need a vacation after your vacation, which, hey, some people do that. Honestly, I do it myself sometimes. The last time we were down there, we did that. But it's important to have some rest time too, to kind of sit back and still plan the rest of your trip because I'd still have 2 other park days after this, and we got some things to figure out. So Sunday's going to be kind of a chill day. There's also another spot down there that's kind of a tradition for my family. Every time we went down to Orlando, we always checked out Sonny's Barbecue Pit. So, if I don't get my barbecue fix from Polite Pig the day before and I still feel like eating more barbecue, which I'm sure I will, I think we're going to check out Sonny's Barbecue Pit as well. So that leads us into Monday. Monday is going to be my favorite park, Epcot. I love going to Epcot, mainly because I love eating and drinking around the world. That's the biggest thing for me. And plus, they have some of my all-time favorite rides. Just to name a few that we have planned for the day: Guardians of the Galaxy, Remy's Ratatouille, Soarin', Test Track. I like doing Turtle Talk. I like those shows. They're very fun to me. And of course, Frozen. So I have 0 reservations set for this day because I try to eat something from every single pavilion in every single country that I possibly can. And yes, there's a few things that are specifically standing out to me that I've heard some really great things about. And here's a couple of them. Over in Mexico, we got a taco with crispy tempura, battered shrimp, and a flour tortilla with dried hibiscus flowers and a chipotle aioli. Over in the Chinese pavilion, they have house-made cheesy crab wontons, a fried wonton filled with cream cheese, celery, and imitation crab, stick drizzled with a plum chili sauce. Let me just tell you something. When I go to a Chinese buffet and they have the cheesy crab wontons, I eat about 150 of these things. So this might be a problem for my budget when I eat some of these over at the Chinese pavilion. They also have a mango bubble tea that sounds extremely refreshing, and an alcoholic beverage called the Frozen Lucky Peach, which is peach whiskey, peach schnapps, oolong tea, simple syrup, and lemon juice. Now heading over to the Canada pavilion, they got the seared scallops. I love me some scallops with fresh green beans, marble potatoes, and a bacon vinaigrette. They got a few different beers here that I'm interested in, so we're just going to go with the beer flight. We're going to have to try all of them. Now, I'll say this once and I'll say it again. Guardians of the Galaxy, in my opinion, is the best ride in Disney World. And if it were possible for me to buy 3 lightning lanes for this ride, I would. But I'm only going to purchase 1 because it's all you're allowed. And I'm going to ride this ride with my brother. It'll be his first time, and I'm very much looking forward to that. After we get all of our food in and all of our rides in, the day at Epcot is pretty much going to be wrapped. We will then head back to the resort, get some sleep, and we will be rope dropping Animal Kingdom the next day, which is Tuesday, May 21st. And unfortunately, at this point in the trip, this will be our last park day. So we have a few things that we want to make sure we hit here, and one of which is something that I've never done before, and it's the animation experience. For those of you that don't know the animation experience, it's at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and it is a hands-on interactive show where you get to learn how to draw a Disney character with the help from an animator. It's a super fun and creative experience where you follow along with an animator and they guide you through drawing a character. And on top of that, you get to keep your artwork afterwards. This is held over at the Conservation Station, which is in Rafiki's Planet Watch. All of the sessions are scheduled at specific times, and you can check that out on the My Disney Experience app. As for rides, there's 2 main rides we really want to ride here. one of which is the Navi River Journey, and the other one, of course, is Flight of Passage. Another thing I'll note about Disney's Animal Kingdom is it's supposedly the best park for pin trading. There's a lot of different pin stations, and also a lot of people just enjoy pin trading at the Animal Kingdom. I think we'll end up making some dining reservations a little bit closer as the trip gets here, but for now, we don't have anything planned. And like I said, unfortunately, this would be Tuesday, so it is our last day, and we are leaving Wednesday morning to drive back to Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm not too worried about the ride down there, but man, is the ride back home already on my mind, and I'm not even there yet. But as we all know, that's just a part of the process. Unfortunately, we all have to head back home at some point. The best cure to this is to book another trip. That's what I did last time I was there. I went in September, I had another one booked in October, and it gave me something to look forward to. And once again, with that being said, guys, I am a travel agent for 407. So if you guys need any help booking your next trip, reach out. We have a great team of agents over at 407 and beyond. You could get all the links in the show notes, and you could get your next trip rocking and rolling. Now, guys, are we going to ride more rides than the ones I mentioned? Of course. Are we going to check out more restaurants than the one I mentioned? Of course. But these are just a few staple things that I usually make sure to note when I'm getting ready to go on a trip. And then from there, you have some sort of foundation to build off of. If you guys follow me on my social media, I'll be posting a lot of this stuff in real time and possibly even going live in the park. So make sure you check that out. Follow me on my TikTok, my Instagram, Facebook. All of that information will be in the show notes. And of course, if you can, leave a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast. It really helps me push the podcast up for new people to find it. If you need help booking your next vacation, my services are 100% free to you. Once again, you can click on the link in the show notes, fill out a little bit of information, and I'll help you get started with that. With all that being said, guys, that was episode 2, and I appreciate all of you who took the time to listen to it. Make sure you follow the show so you know when the next episode comes out, and I will see you guys next week on Meet Me on Main Street.